Oh, I wanted to see if you wanted to start with a little tour.
Okay, sure.
Can you?
But let's do the tour. We can do the tour right now.
I just want to go.
Ready.
Oh, okay. Now?
Sure.
Okay. This is the Sugar Plum Fairies stealing a sugar plum. This is the Civil Rights Chihuahua. Voices of the Civil Rights. This is the Butcher Block Chihuahua. And if you notice, he's wearing the same black and the same white top, and also his head is cut off like the doll's head. So I believe that this was coined after the Butcher Block cover, you know, and that's the Butcher Block Chihuahua.
Can you take the record out of the plastic so we could see it?
Oh, you can see it?
The plastic gets
okay.
in the way a little bit.
Oh, okay. Is that better?
Oh yeah, much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Butcher Block Chihuahua. And I believe he was coined after the Butcher Block. Even though it's the same, his mouth is open exactly like Paul McCartney's as well. And then there's Elvis. And that's it. That's the tour. Okay. Oh, you got to adjust the camera and all that, huh? That's good. Okay. Yeah, it was very funny when I put the Chihuahua up there. I couldn't believe that it matched the Butcher Block cover. Exactly, see? Even with the doll's head and everything, and his head is on the... And what happened to the Chihuahua? He was butchered. Yeah.
How did he get butchered?
He was taken off, he was banned. He was banned from Taco Bell.
Why was he banned?
He was banned because he represented the Mexican community instead of Paul Rodriguez. So Paul Rodriguez had him banned, basically.
Who's Paul Rodriguez?
The Latin comedian.
I don't know him.
Yeah, he was around during the time of Cheech and Chong. Only he was so controversial that he couldn't make it. He had his own show on TV and everything, but it was so controversial.
And what did he have to do with the Taco Bell Chihuahua?
He was a spokesman for being against a Chihuahua representing the Mexican community.
So he was against it?
Yeah, he was against it. Because I felt that he wanted the commercial.
Because he wanted to be the representative.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So he wanted
instead of the Chihuahua. You know, they should have used the human, but was he going to do a Taco Bell commercial? I doubt it. And the Chihuahua, I still love because it's just a little dog. Yeah. You know, and if people are that affected by a Chihuahua, then, you know, there's something going wrong in society, you know.
But I guess, what was the thing? Like, it's a dog, Mexicans can't be considered dogs?
I guess. I don't know, you know. Because you can... I mean, it's not the Frito Bandito. You know, the Frito Bandito is a bandito. You know, whereas the dog was just a little Chihuahua that represented a taco or the Mexican culture in some way. And so they used it just to represent, and I thought it was cute. You know, I don't think you need a human all the time, you know. No. Okay, I'm going to start with the butterfly costume here. This is the butterfly costume, and this is like a tribute to the costume of the Good Witch from The Wizard of Oz. And I always loved that costume. I don't think there's been a greater costume in any movie or that I've ever seen than the Good Witch's costume. And I could never reproduce it, but I wanted to wear something close to it. So I got a wedding dress that I really loved, and I ripped it apart and tore it apart, and I used all the spangles on it, all the roses, and this applique here in the middle. It's like gold to me, you know, the way it shines and glitters. And this is the body of the butterfly, and that's going to be like the neck part of the butterfly. And it's going to have a cape that'll be all butterflies. So in the later on you'll see that. And basically I sewed it together and threw it kind of all together. And it has a little bit of this and a little bit of that from the different periods of time. You know, because it's very hard to recreate, especially this type of beading. And it's all hand sewn, you know, so it comes from like the 1940s and the 1930s, in those periods, you know.
Which part did you sew together?
This is sewn on here, all this here.
Mm-hmm.
The body is sewn, and then all this is put on. This was taken all off of a wedding dress, and I used it all and applicated and put each little piece like that by hand.
Oh, wow.
And but I wanted the effect of getting the costume of the Good Witch, and I think I kind of got it, but not quite.
And where would you wear this?
Oh, the butterfly, it was my first costume in 1969, and so I decided to recreate the butterfly. Each costume has a theme to it and a reason behind it. These are my final costumes, and so I wanted them to be as universal as possible. And the butterfly represents the metamorphosis of life and the metamorphosis of everybody's life, not only a butterfly, but as you grow and as you blossom and what you're doing and everything in existence and life, then you become metamorphosis. And that's what the butterfly represents.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. And then, let's see, we'll go to the cape or something. This is actually the cape of the bird costume. Let me see. Okay. I'll start with the cape. This is the cape of the bird costume. And what it is a shower curtain that I bought for little girls. And it had all this applique on it and glitter and stuff. And I try not to use any type of female clothing because I don't want to be perceived as a transvestite or a drag queen or anything like that, because I'm more of a mariachi, a clown, than I am a drag queen or a transvestite. So I look for colorful things and things like that, and then I use the appliques of the garland from Christmas, you know, Christmas trees and stuff like that, and glued it all together and put this in between, and you can see how it is like a shower curtain here. That gives it away right there, you know. And so it's all perception, how you perceive art and how you perceive somebody and what they're doing, you know. And I think it's an incredible piece, you know. It's going to be part of a bird, and that's kind of how the wrap will kind of go like this, you know. And it's basically for show and color and, you know, that whole thing. And let me get the bird costume now. This is the bird costume. Oops. Let's come over here. Okay, there you go. So you can kind of see it like that. Yeah, this is the bird costume, and the frill here is of a bird. And that's why I use this type of garland here. And as I continue, I'm going to place little birds in there and different type of things like that. This is from probably the 1940s, and it's all hand done. It has the frills of a bird and the colors of a bird. And the bird represents freedom, freedom to fly, freedom to live, the freedom of life that we no longer have, and the freedom to exist, which we don't have. And that's why I chose the bird, because the bird is the most free thing in society that I've ever seen. You know, so if you have any questions.
Do you wear that with the red cape that you just showed us?
Yes, It's worn with the red cape. And the capes are interchangeable too, as well. Well, that's the way I'm going to make them, so later on as I wear them, They can be interchanged with each costume and stuff like that. But they do have a specific, reason, each cape, So that's the front, and then the back has a different color, just like a bird.
And do you have an event that you're thinking about wearing this to?
Yes, I'm going to be wearing it at the happenings that I'm going to be having in the future with book signings and things like that. And I want to go back to the consciousness of the 60s, and I want to call them a happening, because that's what it used to be, a happening. And if something's happening, then you create something, in society for people to do and for people to participate in, and that's not what's happening today. So we need to have a happening.
Yeah.
So that's the bird costume.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece.
I wish I could see it on you.
I know, huh? Well, you will eventually, But it's still growing, and it's still, still has some things that have to be done to it, So it's an incredible piece, So that's the bird.
All right.
And then we'll come to the dragon. Oh, you know what? I'll wait for this for the headdresses. When I show you what I'm going to do with the headdresses. This is the cape for the dragon costume. And I chose a dragon because a dragon is the most mythical character that's ever been written about, that's ever been sung about, painted about. Everything in art and in imagination, you always think of a dragon. And so I chose the dragon to represent creativity, unending creativity in life, so that it can continue through life, and people can get it back to it, and they can do things like I do, In fact, this is part of the wedding dress here now that you see that I tore apart. This was a train, and this color that I get here is done with food colorings. That's the only way you can get this color. You can't get it during, what do they call that, tie-dye, This is not tie-dye, this is dripped. It's dripped on color, and that's how you get these different shades. It's like about maybe 5 or 6 different colors of food coloring as it dripped. And this is the frill of the dragon, the neck around his head. And so when I wear it, it looks like a frill on a dragon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. See, it's like that.
And what's the white material? Where's that from?
Oh, that's a shower curtain.
That's shower curtain.
Yeah, this is also a shower curtain. Believe it or not, there
Yeah,
you go. There's the shower thing right there, the hooks. We put the hooks, and then the reason I got this because it was inlaid in gold, with gold leaf. See, with actual gold, and then the leaves. I want it because it represents the majesticness of a great creature. Whether it's in past time or today. And so I chose the leaves and the gold for that reason, because a dragon is a majestic creature. And then here we have the costume. And this is the dragon costume right here. It's already weighing about 300 pounds. All my costumes are inlaid and laid by layers. And that's how I create most of my costumes. They were created like that in the past. And that's what I'm doing now on these final costumes that I'm doing. And so you see the frill here of the flames of the dragon. And that's what this is. All the flames and the smoke coming out, like when the flames go like that. And the smolderingness of it. And that's what that represents. And I added some Christmas garland and some Christmas beading to it to give it that sparkle. And then these are the scales. This is a hand-sewn item from probably around the 50s. And this is the scaling of the dragon, or a lizard type, or reptile scaling. And that's why I chose this. And then this is the gold piece that goes around the neck that represents like the skin of the dragon.
Can you wear that?
Yeah.
Let's see how that looks.
What the?
This is the gold scarf?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this I can wear. Yeah. So it goes like that to create the neck of a dragon, the layers of the skin, the layering, and all that. And so that's why I chose this gold lame.
It's good.
Yeah. And then the back of the costume shows more or less the flames on the costume. So let's go turn it around here. And this is the flames of the costume. And that's the flames of the dragon. And it's supposed to be like kind of ignited. You know, so. And then I chose this outside material for the color tones of it, the different shades of it. So when you look at the flames, it makes it look like it's actually going, like it's actually burning. That's what this gives it, that effect. And that's the dragon costume. Beautiful piece.
Very nice.
And I want all my pieces to be art pieces this time because, you know, I want them to last for prosperity and for people in the future. And see how I made something, or, you know, it was created for study and that type of thing. Okay. Let's put this back. Okay. Now I gotta find the space costume, okay? So go ahead and you, if you want to, you can shut it off.
Okay.
Oh, you already filming?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay. This is a space costume, and I chose space because it's of its infinity, and it being supposedly the last frontier, but I don't believe that. I believe that there's more frontiers to explore and to get to before life is over. But space represented infinity to me, and that was very important because I wanted people to rise above where they're at. And if you can go into space or to Mars or to the moon, wherever you want to go, then you rose above being on Earth and the situation in life. And that's what the space costume represents. And it's a beautiful piece, you know. And I put this applique at the bottom here. And so it also has a cape that's being worked on right now. And I had it together, but Jane sewed it wrong. So we're having to sew more material on it. But once the cape is on like that and it covers this, you see the eye in the middle. Just one eye.
That's cool.
And that was important because that's the all-seeing eye of life and God. And that was important. And so I chose the colors too to represent the colors of space and the coldness, I guess, of space. You know. And that's space.
Excellent.
The final frontier.
Among the final frontiers.
Yeah, among the final frontiers of life.
Yeah.
And then I'll show you some of my jewelry
Okay.
that we're going to be using on the costumes and stuff. This is going to be on the bird costume. It's a beautiful piece. This is the original Cyclona.
Hold it up for me a little
Legendary Cyclona.
Hold it up higher.
The legendary Cyclona bracelet. From
What is it legendary from?
60s. From Cockroaches Have No Friends. I use it in Cockroaches, and I use it for Laguna Beach, the La Loca in Laguna, and the wedding, and different situations. I always use this fabulous piece I don't know if I think it's Victorian, but I'm not sure. Don't know if it's real. I don't know anything about it, but I do think that it's silver, made out of solid silver, and I don't know about the jewels. You know, could have been Queen Victorian from the Victorian age. So that's it.
How would you know if it was Victorian? Yeah, let me.
By looking at it, see the gaudiness of it. It's either Victorian or Nouveau. Yeah, it could either be Nouveau or Victorian. You know, because it has a darkness to it from kind of both periods.
It looks good on you.
Yeah.
You should wear that.
I do.
Yeah.
Only when I'm in... Oh, you mean all the time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe one of these days, you know, I'll go outside with that. And then these are my earrings. They're Swarovski, solid gold with Swarovski crystals in the middle.
What's Swarovski?
Swarovski is probably the foremost maker of crystals in the world.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He manages to get the shine, this type of shine out of the...
Hold it up a little higher.
This shine out of the stone. There's in some of the Costco markets, they have the Swarovski stones, but they also have the chandelier. And if you can see the chandelier, you ain't seen nothing shine till you see the chandelier.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's why I chose, you know, his stones here, because of the incredible shine that he gets and glitter and the whole works. You know, that's important in Cyclona's makeup, you know. And that's that. And then I have this bracelet that I got. This is like from the 1950s. Has like records on it and shells and different spangles, things like that, you know. Just a piece for like that, you know. And then my famous spider, I'm going to put him on a costume, and there he is.
How do you wear him, like a brooch?
Yeah, he's a brooch, yeah. But I'm not sure if I'm going to put him on a headdress or on a brooch, you know, so that's him right there. It's a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
He's great. And then this is going to go on top of the headdresses, okay? Can you cut it? Oh, okay, are you ready? Okay, this is how the headdresses are going to start. This is an old-fashioned Mexican hat, and it has like a layer of paint on it. And then I'm going to dip it in paper mache to harden the surface. And I'm going to put on things similar to this tree, like on the dragon. I'm going to put the dragon on top of the headdress on the dragon costume, and he's going to be opened, and at the same time all his face, all this area and everything's going to be glittered and appliqued on with jewels and stuff, so that he looks or represents the rest of the costume. And that's the dragon.
So show me, hold up the hat.
Oh, okay.
Hold up the hat and then attach the dragon to it, like with your hands. Show me, show me what you mean.
Oh, okay.
So here's the, let me guess, he's a dragon kite.
Yeah, it's a dragon
cool kite.
Isn't he nice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dragon kite.
He's like a dragon hawk.
Yeah, like a dragon hawk.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to be like that, open.
I think that there's probably sticks to hold those wings in place.
Yeah, there is. And then he'll be on top of the headdress like that. And then the whole surface will be more or less the same colors and jeweled and all that, and the glitter and the whole things. So this is going to be fun to do once I really get to this, you know.
And the Christmas tree, this thing?
He'll be on top of the bird or one of them, you know.
Oh, okay. So he's not part of dragon.
No. This is actually, in fact, I'll bring the hat this is going to go on. But these are the other hats that I'm using for the headdresses. And these are the surfaces, like this is going to be the surface of the moon or the surface of a planet. So I can put the...
That could be like Venus.
Yeah.
With rings around it.
Exactly. Now we'll be putting that piece in the middle. The space piece right here. I don't know if you can see it.
You know what you need? Mannequins.
Yeah.
To dress your... To put your
I know,
costumes
but I don't
on.
have the room, Mike.
No, but maybe for the photo show.
Oh, yeah, for the photo show, yeah. And I'm going to use this space thing.
What space thing?
This thing right here.
Uh-huh.
It's from the Millennium. And that's why I chose it.
I'm going to take a better picture of that later. I can't
Oh,
get a
okay.
good angle for that.
Oh, okay. And so I chose that to take it into the next millennium. So that's a millennium piece. And that's what I'm working on right now, and that's what I'm doing with my dragons and all my costumes.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, Doug. Have
That
a good
was great.
one. Okay.